Also, it looks like it's snowing full-on snowballs. Like they're enormous. One moment. Who are you? Will you talk to me or are you gonna attack me? Their distorted voice clangs from inside their helmet. Wandering in the corrupted lands? Sure hope you've made out your will. Hang on, can I stab you? You know, for science. No. Hello, Chaos Mutants. I'll be with you momentarily. What's back here? Are you a secret? Fine. What does the sign say? Royal Beacon. Cleanup camp. I need the Royal Beacon. Good night, sir. Oh, yeah. Let me mark you on the map. Now we climb the tower. I hope there's nothing up here that's going to immediately jump on me in the elevator. That would be bad for my health. The control panel is a dizzying array of levers, dials, and buttons, many smashed or corroded. Among them is a slot-like entry port waiting for input. A howling wind whips snow and ash across your face. The card jams in the slot, but you give it a good shove. For a moment, nothing happens. The whole tower begins to vibrate. Needles jump back and forth along the dials. A transistor bursts in a shower of glass. One by one, indicator lights go green as the beacon reconnects with its long-lost king. Above you, the giant antenna crackles into life and emits a pulse of silent sound felt in your belly rather than heard. The pulse continues at regular intervals, singing a song that only your bones can hear, broadcasting a monarch's lonely cry down into the underlands. Suddenly, the control panel crackles and squeals before emitting a familiar voice. God's damn thing even work? Hey, asshole, are you hearing this? Kyle, is that you? Misha, no, this is ancient mummified queen of the Underlands here to tell you you have stupid nose. Pinhead, nincompoop, fucking... Listen, we do not have long with this device, so pay attention. Misha has some friends who have been watching you through the king's eyes. They know all about Chief Interpreter Aphra and her big plan. Enough to cannot be trusted. Go down in Ferropolis and find a market trader called Reza. Ask them the 7th letter. Do this before Aphra's punch card, you understand? Where do I find Reza? You and I believe we have seen each other's souls. We have, and discussed philosophy. Nothing matters. This, Misha is asking you as a friend. Okay. Okay, so I couldn't find Reza last time. I was told to find someone in brightly colored clothing, and I have seen no one that matches that description. Are they not going to be here at night? Who are you? No one is going to remember us, pal. There ain't going to be any memorials, not for me, not for you. You'll be dead. What difference does it make, man? Watch your cock. You look like a cove with an eye for finer things. And if you're down in the conduits, I'll warrant you're not afraid to walk in the wild side. On my name, these are the finest curiosities in all the blessed land. Going for a song. Just don't ask where they came from and we'll get along just fine. What you got for sale? There's no need for foul language. Thank you very much. Let's call it perusing my collection, shall we? Now, did you want something, or are you wasting my time? Let's see, your collection. Ah, okay. Here, you can have this glorious treasure. And all my throwing knives. You're a bucket lady, yeah. You see a middle-aged person with light brown skin and eye patch dressed in an eclectic patchwork of colorful fabrics. You can't quite figure out their gender, which seems deliberate. Why, hello there, child. Come to browse? What are you selling? Why, charms and trinkets to attract the favor of the Clockwork King or ward off its majesty's displeasure. Look here. This cogwheel was plucked from the king's own belly, inscribed with sacred six-fold cipher. Worn around your neck, it will grant you fortune at summoning stations. Or this incense, burn it while you write a petition to the king, and it shall speed your request. Well, child, do you see anything else that interests you? Who are you? The name's Reza, child, fortune teller, trinket vendor, and listener on many grapevines. For a price, I can sell you talismans of luck and protection, or perhaps even give a little advice about your problems. What kind of problems do you mean? Everyone's problems are different, child. To truly help a person, there must be trust, I'm new here, and this place terrifies and confuses me. Please, help me. They examine you, then their expression softens. I am sorry, child. I can only imagine. This is not a good place for travelers, is it? Everyone must deal with the king now and then. In my long life, I'm lucky to have learned a little of its majesty's ways. So I help people with their problems as best I can. Nothing illegal, just advice. I can coach you to file an appeal that the guild will treat as high priority. Diagnose misfiring magic in your building's heating engine. Interpret a royal proclamation you can't make sense of. Perhaps even point you towards a friendly machinist. I never cheat. No, I only help people find the path where everyone ends up happy. So you see, child, I too, in my own way, am a servant of the king. I had a confusing encounter with the king recently. Oh, my child, quite an ordeal. Show me your hand. As it traces their bony fingers gently along the lines of your palm, humming a hypnotic tune and swinging a cipher inscribed vacuum tube back and forth on a sprocket chain. The king has sensed that a terrible destiny stalks behind you, matching your step. You chase a strange star. Your quarry seeks to exhume the grave of history and rewrite the music of time. Perhaps its majesty believes you have a role to play here in the kingdom too. They release your hands, smiling kindly. Or perhaps it is a mistake. The king does make them, you know. Well, child, do you see anything else that interests you? I'm looking for the 7th letter. The gaudy trader squints at you, then glances left and right to check nobody is listening. They beckon you closer. Who told you to come here? Were you followed? No, I wasn't followed. Good. They praise you with their remaining eye. So you're the one who's helping Aphra. I see she's got your head stuffed with clockwork like a good little machinist. Tell me, did she explain what a cranial moderator does? You said it would let me speak six-fold cipher. Ah, I'm sure. So then nobody warned you how a cranial moderator warps your thinking, smooths out any irrational notions, makes you look at the world like a machinist, seeing everything as a puzzle you can solve. The biggest changes will take a few years, but mark my words, they will come. That is why I got rid of mine. You used to be a machinist too? Yes, for many years I even wrote some of the cipher magic that lets the king alter people. So I speak with authority when I say that countless lives depend on you defying Aphra's plan. Alright, I'm listening. Don't misunderstand me. Aphra is a sweet girl. We were very close once. She absolutely believes she is doing the right thing. Sadly for all of us, she is wrong. Look around you, child. See how we are all at the mercy of this infernal machine, which not even the machinists can control. Can you honestly say that what we need is more Clockwork King? However brilliant Aphra's spell may be, it cannot fix the problems with the king because the king is the problem. What's your alternative? Riza flashes you a crooked grin and hands you something heavy wrapped in colorful rags. I am glad you asked. This is a different kind of spell. Inserted in place of Aphra's, it will trigger a runaway fault cascade that gradually but irrevocably shuts down the king with minimum destruction. So you're the saboteur. They smile cryptically. There's no such person as the saboteur, child. Only a group of like-minded people who love this land and see no good in leaving its fate to an overgrown grandfather clock. So do we understand each other, or is there more you would know? What's in it for me? A reward? Child, by the time you enter that audience chamber, I will be gone, either dead or in hiding. Perhaps the guild has told you about all the sacks of gold we get from the Apostatic Union. I have never seen a penny of it, and neither have my comrades. Any resources we do possess will be needed in the days ahead. You must do this because it is right, or not at all. So, do we understand each other? Sure. That's all I ask, child. Don't trust Aphra, and don't trust me either. Just do what you think is right. But I'm a servant of evil. I'm gonna do what benefits me the most. This city's on its last legs anyway. I'm just gonna push it over the precipice, I think. Oh. Hi, Aphra. Aphra peers up into sky, her brows furrowed in contemplation. This normal? She tears her eyes away from the celestial teapot. No, I would certainly say this is new. What does it mean? I confess I'm struggling. Is it a sign? An instruction? A response to our broadcast? But then why a teapot? He shrugs helplessly. I've checked and rechecked my calculations. All we can do is stick to the plan. I need to look up. I have not seen this floating teapot, but I would very much like to. Oh yes, I almost forgot. The king has summoned you for another audience, just as we hoped. Aphra hands you a leather folder, far heavier than the last. Here it is, friend. 8 years of my life and the hopes of a kingdom now rest in your hands. Friend, I don't know what will happen after this, so if you have any concerns, now is the time to voice them. Do you happen to know Mikhail? Oh, Misha, he's a dear, isn't he? I'll be so forgetful without his medicines. You can't import them without a letter from the king, one of those little perks of my job. Why do you ask? How well do you really know him? It's hard to tell, isn't it? The man is like a deep river, all iced over. You skate on the surface thinking it'll never break. Then suddenly you plunge into this other world, but the next day, it's all ice again. I know he was born in Sliv. His family came here after the God War, seeking a better life when he was just a boy. People like them that this kingdom should be working for. He somehow spoke to me through the beacon, warned me not to help you. Really? But surely he can't know about our plans, and how could he possibly have subverted the king's magic? Misha is a fine sailor, but he's no magician. There are reports of people seeing or hearing phantoms in the corrupted lands, long-dead loved ones, or even their own self. Some say the corruption can read your memories, the better to lure you to your doom. I'm glad you're alive, friend. Pay it no mind. Our task requires your full attention. I have what I need. Let's do this. I'm counting on you, friend. Where is this giant teapot? Oh. Hello there. Do you have tea in you? Hello, your highness. Shit. Hello, your highness. The machine shrieks like a million condemned souls as the feeling of pressure mounts in your body once more. Then your cranial moderator clicks into action. Suddenly the noises become an intelligible chorus, incoming messages, outgoing commands, distant outposts requesting connections or announcing faults. There are so many faults. We're standing in the brain of this awful machine and it's bleeding to death. Rejoice and exult! The invocation is cast. All hail its majesty, Machinus Rex, the Clockwork King. Welcome back, subject number. Thou mayest rise. Hast thou completed the sacramental duty? It is done, your majesty. The duty remains unfulfilled. Dost thou require instructions as to thy task? Please explain the duty again. The sacramental duty is as follows. This time you find you can understand the dense lines of sixfold cipher. Ingredients: teapot large, 4 pints of fresh goblin's milk, 1 cup salted water, half teaspoon. 61,666,000 gallons of water, 652,000 tons of venin tea, 30,000 tons of unsweetened sugar, 2 pints teapot, 2 pounds crinkled honey, 4 pints custard sog, half pint ambergris, smooth meat, 3 pounds jittermoss powder, teapot. Fill kettle with fresh water and boil. Measure out 4 pints milk salts. Place tea strainer in teapot and tea leaves and strainer. Steep for 15 years. Brush with sear fruit mixture and bake until blithe. Stir in moss powder, ambergris, and sugar to smell. Then pour in the boiling water. The heat will rise rapidly and the water will bubble up so violently that your cup may even shatter. Stir in milk, then pour in dregs. Are you having a stroke? Can you smell toast? To avoid heavy metal contamination, cut crosswise with sog. Serve hot. Enjoy your tea. For more fine recipes, please cut off a coupon and send to Mrs. J.M. Gorky, 778 Tarbrick Wad, Colossal Town. Big Oblast, CWK. You want me to make a pot of tea? Correct. This is the sacramental duty on which depends the safety of this kingdom and all subsidiary imperatives. How can the kingdom's safety depend on a pot of tea? In the 29 years of our glorious reign, we have observed one ceremony that most reliably foretells happiness, calm, comfort, comity, and the proper observance of duties. This ceremony precedes or coincides with every deal struck, every counsel given, every declaration of love, and fulfillment of quotas. This is the sacramental duty, as it is written, so it must be. We must discuss more urgent matters. Pondering, unlikely, 91% confidence. What would be more important than the sacramental duty? Your Majesty, the guild has sent me to give you a new spell. We have not requested a new spell, therefore we demand, on whose authority comest thou here? It's necessary for the sacramental duty. Pondering, the sacramental duty is of paramount gravity, therefore thou shalt insert the spell into our petition port. An ivory cover swings upward, revealing 2 vertical slots of different sizes. Yeah, we're gonna go with Aphra. You slide the punch card easily into the larger slot. Halfway in, it meets resistance and is sucked inside. A saying spell. Enacting this spell will alter our Majesty's cipher nucleus, and the consequences cannot be divined. Will thou commit? Yep. There is a burr of rapid clicking, then a series of deep clunks. Echoes through the whole tower. Above your head, a cacophony of bells rings out, like a call to worship across the whole city. The spell is enacted, as it is written, so it shall be, in the name of its Majesty Machinus Rex, the Clockwork King. House carries a second spell. Conflicting spells may cause cascading reality. Exceptions, 65% confidence. Therefore, thou shalt insert this heretical spell into our petition port for controlled annihilation. Yeah, sure. Riza's spell is sucked away into the guts of the Clockwork King, and with it their hopes of a world freed from its tyranny. Now, the sacramental duty. Above the bells, you can hear angry shouting from outside the chamber. You realize the scrolling parchment contains a record of your acts. Slice it out with your blade. Parchment feed fault. The king's writing arm stabs at your hands as you pull the last few yards of parchment out and stuff them into a gap in the gears, down into the depths of the machine. New parchment continues to spill out onto the floor while the arm scrawls desperately. To disturb the parchment is anathema. To disturb the parchment is anathema. Well, let's go see what that did. I'm sure nothing bad will come of my actions. I'm the hero, after all. What have you done? Above you, the king's bells continue ringing. I don't know what you're talking about. Sunil eyes you with barely suppressed fury. The only reason you are not in manacles is because its majesty wishes you unmolested. Rest assured, any foolish attempt at tampering will be discovered and reversed. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Sunil. For a moment, he is stunned, mouth hanging slightly open. By the time he regains his composure, you're already walking away, and his shouted retort is drowned out by the din of bells. My walk away cool moment has been ruined because I can't find the door. Bye, Sunil. West of Poropolis is the Library of Untruths. Are you a library? You don't look like a library. I don't know, maybe. Up we go. What are you? Mechanical lockpick, an ingenious device for handling of lockpicks. Will prevent lockpicks from breaking if the attempt nearly succeeds. This device bears the stamp of the Clockwork Kingdom and was likely produced in one of their vast factories. Okay. Wow. Hello down there. This skyship's seen better days. Aww. That's unfortunate. Is there another way in? Not that I see. Worth a shot. Got it. Big old head. His withered face is frozen in a look of igneous vexation while his eyes roll back fully into their sockets, gazing into some eternal brinescape of the mind. Resembles hard-boiled eggs. Okay. I have no idea what that is for. Are you the library? I think I might have found the Library of Untruths. Found something. Yeah, this looks like a library. I'll be with you in a moment, ma'am. This woman is in late middle age, perfectly inconspicuous but for her bright red lipstick. She looks up from a stack of papers to inspect you through half-moon glasses. Can I help you, dearie? Do try to keep your voice down. The mechapeds are provoked by sound. You say mechapeds? You hear a mechanical chittering from the ceiling. A little quieter, please, dearie. They stay snuggled away most of the time, but if we make too much noise, they'll come scurrying out, hungry for blood. How can I help you find anything? This is the Library of Untruths. If you look at you over her spectacles, the Library of what? That certainly doesn't sound like a real place, dearie. If such a place did exist, you wouldn't be allowed there. And if so, if this was it, you'd have to leave, but it doesn't, and this isn't, so you're fine. How many fingers am I holding up? This is a game, dearie? I confess I don't know the rules. 3 fingers, of course. Does this change your answer? What's this? Did Oleg send you? Damn it, I've already told him I know nothing about any. Her eyes catch the locket, and suddenly she can't look away. Locket. So you do recognize it. I've never seen this locket in my life, except why does it feel so... She takes it gingerly, feeling it in her hands. She shoves the locket back at you. Please leave. Tell that drunkard bloody oaf I want nothing to do with him, and I'm not... Slammed her fist on the desk to emphasize her point, prompting a chorus of mechanical chitters from the ceiling. The librarian sighs and lowers her voice to a sharp whisper. As I said, I'm not rescinding my petition. What petition do you mean? Our divorce petition. Isn't that why Oleg sent you? We've been waiting more than a year now for Its Majesty's ruling. Unfortunately, there's a backlog. You misunderstood. I'm looking for Oleg's missing child. She listens to your explanation with growing alarm, but that's preposterous. That can't be right. I know that isn't... Her eyes return inexorably to the locket. King's mercy, it's true, isn't it? She looks back at you, seemingly on the verge of tears. I apologize for my, outburst. I'm a little taken aback. You see, it's my child, too. Listen, I can't help you. This is just an ordinary library, you see? There's nothing here about any missing child, and I am authorized to help you with whatever you need. Do you understand? I get it. You're enchanted. You can't talk about this place. She gives you a meaningful look. Don't be absurd. There used to be a librarian here who could only lie, but she turned into a dragon and flew away. If there were any record of a child, how would I find it? Well, since neither I nor Oleg can remember the child, it stands to reason they never existed, and if they never existed, there couldn't be any record, certainly not here. Anyway, there's no way to access the reading room upstairs without a royal permit, no way at all. Can you imagine if something was as simple as a hidden lever? Her gaze briefly darts under her desk. She yawns theatrically. Oh dear, I'm feeling rather tired. You'll behave yourself if I rest my eyes for a moment, won't you? Reach behind her desk for the lever. Your fingers quest around underneath the lip of her desk until they find something that clicks. Upstairs, you hear a mechanical door clank open. Don't worry, you've been very helpful. Thank you, dearie. It's, Genevieve, by the way. My name, Genevieve Mishkin. I don't know why, but I felt you should know that. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Please let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc., and everybody have a good rest of their day.